If I remove this tiny chip right here, this motor instantly becomes useless. Today is day 36 of Learning Robotics, and this tiny chip is called an encoder. This specific encoder is built directly into the motor controller, which lets the controller measure the motor's position with extremely high resolution. This means that every time the motor moves, the encoder reports its angle back to the controller thousands of times per second. So if the motor were to ever lag, overshoot, or get loaded down, the controller would see that error and be able to correct it. But here's the catch. Magnetic encoders have to be really close to the encoder magnet, which is mounted onto the motor shaft, and we're talking about a few millimeters. This distance actually matters because the encoder is actually checking for very tiny changes in the magnetic field, and if it's too far away, the signal gets noisy or just disappears entirely. That means if you use an onboard controller just like this, your motor controller actually has to be physically mounted onto the motor itself. And theoretically this works, but I have a very personal issue with this, which is that A, it's ugly, it's bulky, and it also constrains how I designed the rest of the joint. So I finally caved in and got an external magnetic encoder, which will still have to go onto the motor shaft and read the magnetic fields from the encoder magnet, but it will have a wide connection to the motor controller, and that way I can, separate the parts out a bit and just make everything look a bit nicer. In the meantime, I'll be focusing on my cycloidal gearbox and make sure it works perfectly well and fits with the motor that I'm working with. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you tomorrow.